Hello, Living Histories Mysteries family, my friend Drew, and all of YouTube. I'm really looking forward to spending Friday, December 16th evening with Drew and all of you on Drew's live stream at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I want to take a moment and point out some of my helpers that help me make my runs every year. I want to give you guys a few clips from NORAD Santa Tracking Station up in Canada in the Alaskan wilderness. If it wasn't for them and their fighters keeping us safe every year and watching our backs, I don't know if we could do what we do. I don't have to worry about, well, anything bad happening, but we do encounter storms on occasion, and it's always nice to know that the federal government has my back. So please, kick back and enjoy these clips and advertisements from NORAD Santa Tracker Canada. I'm out testing the sleigh, getting it ready for the season, so Merry Christmas and enjoy!
Tracking Old St. Nick isn't easy, but they've been doing it every year since the 50s. To give you an idea of how they do it, we're looking back. It started at the Continental Air Defense Command, or CONAD, in 1955. A child tried to call Mr. Claus, but accidentally called the CONAD Director of Operations, Colonel Harry Shout. Colonel Shout knew this was a serious matter, so he ordered his staff to man their radar stations and track down Santa to let the kids know he was on the way. The tradition stuck through the transition to NORAD in 1958. Since then, radar and satellite technologies have made tracking him much easier. Plus, he gets to fly beside some U.S. and Canadian fighter jets that guide him and his reindeer on part of his journey over North America. And even you can keep an eye on Santa's travels on December 24th at noradsanta.org.
Merry Christmas. I'm Colonel Dan Constable, the Deputy Commander of the Alaskan NORAD region in Anchorage, Alaska. As Christmas approaches, we are preparing for the arrival of that jolly old elf, Santa Claus. Here in Alaska, we watch the skies in the Arctic reaches of North America all day, every day, and respond to unidentified aircraft and possible threats to North America. When necessary, we send jets to see what airplanes are flying to understand why they are approaching. At Christmas, we anxiously await the moment when Santa leaves the North Pole and appears on our radar screens as he heads to Russia to start his journey on Christmas Eve. As he travels around the world, we talk to our neighbors in Canada and watch him work across our countries, where he returns to Alaska to visit our children here before returning to the North Pole. To ensure he travels safely around Canada and the United States, we fly with him in our F-22 fighter jets and are there in case anything happens. It really is a wonderful thing to see Santa and help him fly safely on his important mission. If you'd like to follow Santa on his journey, we invite you to visit the NORAD Track Santa website at www.noradsanta.org. From all the men and women of the Alaskan NORAD region, we wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Sergeant David L. Pitcher building. We're standing outside the operations floor, and inside we've just received word that there's a special track off the East Coast. Since today's December 24th, we think this is a very special track indeed. I'd like to invite you inside to check out our no-fail mission. Charlie Flight, I've just got word from our NORAD intelligence team that the ELF Launch Control Center has confirmed Santa has launched. He's using call sign Jolly 01 this year, so keep your eyes peeled over the East Coast for that pending track.
I have an unusual track east of Labrador. ID, what are the possibilities for that track?
AST, pending with possibilities.
Copy. MCC, valid flight size 10.
Copy. Flight size of 10 sounds like it could be 9 reindeer in a sleigh.
Attention crew, this is the AST, valid flight size 10.
MCCT, what are your recommendations?
Ma'am, I recommend we scramble Jingle 01 flight out of Goose Bay.
Copy. I like it. Weapons, scramble Jingle 01 flight with a mission of ID.
Copy, ma'am. WA, make the call.
Off headset. Open line. This is Sidecar with an active air scramble for Goose Bay. Scramble Jingle 01 flight, 2 times CF-18s for East Coast unknown. Sidecar out.
MCC, Jingle flight has been scrambled.
Copy.
Jingle 01, sidecar, radio check.
Sidecar, Jingle 01, we have you loud and clear. What's our mission?
Jingle 01, mission ID, Route Bra 02084.
Sidecar, Jingle 01, copy.
SD, we have an open line with Moncton Center.
Copy. WD, do we have a confirmed ID?
Jingle 01, do you have a visual?
Sidecar, affirmative. We can see a glowing red nose and are spotting what looks like 9 reindeer pulling a sleigh. We're attempting to hail Jolly 01 now.
Copy.
Jolly 01, this is Jingle 01 flight. We're off your left and right sides. Radio check. Jingle 01, this is Jolly 01. I have you loud and clear. We can see your jets providing us an escort. Jolly 01, we're pleased to welcome you to Canadian airspace and provide you an escort as you travel through Canada. Jingle 01, thank you. Mrs. Claus, we'll be pleased to hear that you are keeping us safe. The team and I are looking forward to our deliveries through Canada to all the good Canadian boys and girls. Sidecar, Jingle 01, confirm you copy Jolly 01's message.
Jingle 01, affirm. New mission, escort Jolly 01 through Canadian airspace. SD, do you copy Santa's message?
Affirm. MCC, we have good contact with Santa at Jolly 01, and the fighters are in place for their escort mission.
Excellent. Great job, Charlie Flight. Let's continue to keep Santa safe as he transits through Canadian skies.
Santa is already on the move in some parts of the world. You and your family can check his whereabouts on NORADSanta.org. That's the website to find out when jolly old St. Nick will be in your neck of the woods. It's all thanks to the help of our U.S. military, and our Pentagon correspondent Barbara Starr is here with this hard-hitting story. Good morning, Barbara.
Always tracking military news from Washington, even on Christmas Eve. The North American Aerospace Defense Command, the U.S. and Canadian military, on high alert this morning for a very happy reason. They are tracking Santa Claus. He has now been seen out, as you see on this website, out in the far Pacific. They are tracking his movements. They've been doing this for over 50 years, every Christmas Eve, for those children who believe around the world. Undeterred by war and troubles, Santa will visit every country where there are those who believe. He will make every effort to get to everyone, we are told. Now, what are the specs involved in some of this? Kids like to know the specs on the equipment they're dealing with. We from the military have the specifications on Santa's sleigh. Let me just give some of them to you. His sleigh will have the length, does have the length of 75 candy canes, width 40 candy canes, height 55 candy canes, weight at takeoff 75,000 gumdrops. That does not include Santa's weight and the weight of the reindeer. In several hours, when Santa Claus approaches North American airspace, Canadian and U.S. fighter jets will launch. They will escort Santa across North America. They will not be armed. Santa doesn't go for that sort of thing, of course. And if you are worried that Santa's highly secure, highly classified flight plan might get hacked by some bad people out there, you do not have to worry. The U.S. military, our sources have assured us that Santa's flight plan is highly secure and that he will not be hacked. He doesn't put up with that sort of thing either.